Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, when it comes to spiritual enlightenment or spiritual awakening, we cannot hold hands and walk together with another human being. Why? Because enlightenment journey is a lonely journey. It's a personal journey. It's a backward journey of dismantling the mind. Dismantling the mind. And when we are walking with another human being, that doesn't help us to dismantle the mind. It just adds more into the mind. Just reflect for a moment here how many times you hung out with the spiritual seekers or spiritual teachers. When you with them, are you able to dismantle the mind, or are you adding more in your mind? The result is adding more, isn't it? And adding more is what? Simply turning the face away from the real journey. Definitely, yes, in the beginning, when you are in line with the spirituality, yes, certain guidance is needed, so we can figure out what is true and how to get to that. But after that it's about being responsible and doing the work. And that responsibility is mostly not there most of the time. And that's the reason we are failing to see the simple, plain sight truth. Everybody is hungry for freedom. When we have that, hunger in us, we want to put ourselves on the path, and we want to know everything as much as we can, so we can start the journey. But that good intent makes us lose in the path by getting stuck in the outward movement. And by the way, there is not much to gather, not much to receive as a spiritual guidance. The spiritual guidance to wake up is turn the awareness back to yourself and dismantle or subtract your mind and ask yourself, who am I? These three things you need, 3 steps you need to wake up. But you don't somewhat trust this process. Your mind, your ego goes, how could awakening be that simple? So your ego itself is making you turn the awareness back in the world and gather more, seek more, and that has been the approach the whole time. Walking together with another human being feels great for the ego self. It feels great because it's showing off how much you know. But sharing how much you know without the truth, without realizing the truth, what's all that? That is simply sharing the ideas only, sharing the ideas to create more drama. The drama is already there. We just add coloring further on the mind. That's what's happening. By the way, no one can help you to get to the truth of who you are. You are the only person who can take you there. No guru can touch you and give you the blessing to see the inner truth. When you hear the idea that you are the truth, truth is within you, that doesn't do anything. That doesn't help to dissolve the fear in your life, the conflict in your life, isn't it? You have already heard. If you are in the spiritual world for long enough, you already know that now you are the truth. You are consciousness. But what does it do? Look at your own life. How much conflict, how much drama, how much fear, how much suffering, how much pain is there. So the idea of you are consciousness doesn't help you to be free. Why? Because idea is not true. And hanging out with the people and sharing about the spiritual experience and ideas is simply collecting more ideas. You're just piling more in the mind, and the mind is getting bigger and bigger. When the mind is getting bigger and bigger, the truth is, hidden simply beneath that piles of ideas. And that already shows that we are against the awakening. The desire for awakening is there, but our actions are against the awakening. So that is a contradiction, isn't it? So if you see that you're dependent on another human being to help you get there, or if you see that you've been sharing a lot of experience and ideas with another seekers, and you recognize what I'm saying is true, concept wise, then it's time to turn the awareness back to yourself, and time to do the work, real work. It's time to be mature. It's time to rely on yourself. I said just now that nobody can give you the truth. You are the only person lead you towards that. So to get there, you have to work on yourself. Work is about dismantling. It's about tracing your mind backward, tracing your suffering backward, tracing your fear backward, tracing your pain backward, tracing your conflict backward, tracing your drama backward to figure out the root cause of the surface movement that we have. Then when we see the root cause of our surface perception and action that is going on right now, then we have to dismantle the root as well. We have to subtract the root until there's nothing more to subtract in yourself. And when you go there to know mind from tracing all aspects of your life, and that makes you thorough of your mind. That teaches you how the experience turns to idea, and how idea sits in you, and how the idea becomes a reality. You understand that. When you get to that point and when you ask yourself, who am I? That's where the real awakening happens. That's where your drama drops. That's where your fear drops. That's where your struggle, your pain, your conflict drops. That's where your ego gives up. When your ego gives up, all your suffering drops. Your internal suffering drops. There's a complete ease comes in from seeing the truth. Even the world is on fire. You know how to navigate yourself in the world. But right now, when the world is on fire, there's so much fear, isn't it? There's a violence in the world. There's so much conflict in the world. When you see that, there's a fear. There's emotional fluctuation. There's a mental drama continuing from looking at the world. Why? The fluctuation is there because the truth is missing. Why? Because you don't know who you are. And that's why the suffering exists. Right now, you think you know who you are. But the reality is you don't know who you are. What you know who you are is just the identification that you have collected from the world, and you represent yourself with that, and you only know that as I am that. But beside that, beside the identification, without the mind, you don't know who you are. And the enlightenment journey is about knowing who you are. Not knowing, but seeing who you are. The seeing who you are is the plain sight truth. The truth, the inner truth. So how do we get there? Accept first that you are struggling. The fear is there. Conflict is there. All sorts of limitation is there. Accept it, and and start to do the work. Step up in the inward journey as well. Inward journey is the only journey that will help you to be part of the world without the friction. And this is the journey that has always been neglected. This is neglected because, some sort you have to, step away from the fun, step away from the world. World is a place where you are having a lot of fun, including the fear. And outdoor journey is never-ending journey. You know that there's always upgrade. There's new fun, new drama, new fear the world can provide you. Don't be scared to step back away from the fun. Remember why you're stepping away from the fun. Because you want to know, you want to see first who you are. The fun, all the drama, everything will wait for you. When you finish your inner journey, when you see the truth, everything will be there for you. Even more, upgraded stuff will be there for you. Don't create the idea in your head that you're going to miss out stuff in your life. No, you're not missing out stuff. Those things is always going to be there. So be part of the inward journey. Figure out who you are. And when you finish the journey, when you get out in the world, when you're back in the world, you can enjoy those things without the fear, without the conflict. And isn't that awesome? Enlightenment journey ends, guys, if you do it right. If you do it right. And to do it right, to make it happen, again, I mentioned already, turn awareness back to yourself, dismantle your mind, ask yourself, who am I? So that's the few steps you needed. So now you're hearing it. Stop holding hands and walking together with another human being on the spiritual path. Yes, definitely you can walk together to make things happen in life, in a relative world. Yes, collective consciousness is great, helping each other to upgrade life, to make the life simple, to make the life struggle free. Collective consciousness is great, but when it comes to inward spiritual journey, that's where the collective consciousness becomes the obstacles. It limits you. Inward journey, spiritual enlightenment is not a collective path. It's a personal, individual, and it's a backward movement in your mind. So take your real steps. That's all. I hope this video makes sense to you. Again, there's not much to be given in the spiritual path. It's a little bit of knowledge. Rest is in using that little bit knowledge to dissolve the mind, to subtract the mind. Okay. Welcome to the real journey, my friend. Thanks for your support so far. Keep supporting this channel. Yeah, take care for now. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye.